Hi, Governor. My name is Brian Kim, and I'm here to address you about an issue that is happening not only in your state, but at a national level, and that is underage drinking. Underage drinking is a huge problem that is emerging within our society and is causing so many different problems, from drunk driving accidents to people even getting hurt themselves from alcohol poisoning and other afflictions. And with several colleges within your state, you are clear of the statistics that emerge within both our high schools and our colleges, such as Penn State, such as Indiana University of Pennsylvania, Drexel, University of Pennsylvania. There's many different colleges within Pennsylvania itself. So you should be aware of the problems of underage drinking and what it could lead to essentially. And just in general, just 2013 Youth Risk Behavior Survey shows that despite the legal drinking age of 21, there are many problems that is emerging within our society. Like I said before, this is a growing problem with 5,000 people under the age of 21 die each year from alcohol-related illnesses. And that is a large number that could be prevented, but we'll get to that. Once again, you can see here that drunk driving, alcohol related illnesses, everything, this is just terrible and it's a growing problem within our state and our society, affecting people that are not even drinking. They're suffering when law when they are law-abiding citizens. Why should they be guilty of the damages? And you can see here, police break up large underage drinking party. It's a growing problem within our society that needs to be addressed immediately. And you can see here, 1998 to 2005, the numbers tripled. And just imagine what the numbers are today, as drugs and alcohol are just becoming a growing part within our youth, from the pop industry to just everyday exposure. So on the context of underage drinking, so why is the drinking age 21? And you're a state senator, state governor, you know why the drinking age is 21. But I just want to remind you the illegitimacy of making the drinking age 21 years old. States are responsible for setting their own minimum drinking age, as you know, as state governor. But why? So if every state has their own right, why is the national drinking age set at 21 years of age? And this is because Congress passed the national minimum drinking age of 1984, essentially threatening to withhold their transportation funds, which was huge during that time. So this is because the president just simply believed. They were based off of the assumption. They didn't have any hard-boiled facts. They just based off the assumption that this will lower drunk driving accidents. But was this the correct decision? And simply, based off of what I said, based off of statistics, it is not working. It is essentially creating a culture of misdemeanors, a culture of where alcohol is just a bad and rebellious thing to do, and this is essentially destroying our society. And this is why I'm proposing to lower the legal age back to 18, where it should be. And the reasons are simple. There's two basic reasons that that are going to essentially fix all those statistics, all those problems that are inherent within our society while the drinking age is 21. And this is because we're providing youth that are both the first discovering alcohol and are drinking alcohol in general a safe and regulated place to drink it. While they're 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old, and they're underage, they're essentially being forced to drink in underground areas where they are unmonitored and unregulated. So they're introduced to alcohol in very dangerous conditions and this is essentially where they start. So imagine where they end up later. So we're just forming bad habits from the get-go, and that's unsafe, both habitually and to our society. So we should be able to provide our children with the opportunity to learn and discover the effects of alcohol in the presence of adults, not their friend's basement. And it's simple. We should treat legal adults as adults. At 18 years old, people are able to vote, marry, purchase cigarettes, join the army. They can perform a myriad of different things. But why can't they just have the freedom to consume alcohol? Why can't they have the freedom to partake in one of the biggest industries in the world? They should have the right to. And by taking away alcohol, the right to consume alcohol from these from our teens, we are eventually essentially creating the opportunity for them to become rebellious. And as they're coming out of the nesting period from their parents, they're feeling rebellious, obviously, and by turning to alcohol, the bad thing, quote unquote, the bad thing to do, they're essentially consuming alcohol in ridiculously in very unsafe ways, and we should work our way as best as possible to abridge all of that. We want to decrease binge drinking and unsafe activities which essentially occur in unmonitored areas. And like what John McCardell said, founder of Choose Responsibility, which is an organization that essentially fights to protect our teens, to protect our society. The legal drinking age does not eliminate consumption among young people. Instead, it only drives underage drinking underground, creating a dangerous culture of irresponsible and extreme drinking. And we're only forming bad habits this way, so let's abridge that. And talking about the feasibility of this, it's not only based upon theory, my proposal. I mean, let's put this on a global scale. The average minimum legal drinking age is 15.9 on the entire globe. The majority of countries setting their drinking age at 18, 50 essentially lowering their drinking age lower than 18, and only 12 are higher than 18. And there is even some countries that don't have drinking legal drinking ages at all, like Jamaica. You can consume alcohol at any age. So what the one this makes United States a unique 1%, and there's no statistics that essentially backs this up that makes the fact that us being in that 1% is making us any better as a society, less susceptible to drunk driving accidents or any kind of alcohol consumption incidents. And actually, statistically, it was shown that our traffic accidents decrease at a slower rate than European countries whose legal drinking age is approximately 18 years old. So there's no real statistics to back up the fact that consuming alcohol at 21 will lower drunk driving accidents and other alcohol-related incidents. There's no fact to really enforce that when other countries are essentially have their drinking age at a lower age and are performing and essentially have better statistics than us. What we're doing is creating more harm than good. We're forcing bad habits into our youth as pop culture is promoting alcohol. By making it illegal, we are creating a society of misfits and we're essentially helping them. We're providing them the opportunity to break the law. We're forcing them to partake in unmonitored, illicit drinking activities. I mean, just this picture itself, it shows a culture that we are developing. This is unmonitored, which is um, common for underage drinkers, and they just perform activities like these in unmonitored locations, and then it's creating chaos within our society. So the best solution is to essentially give more responsibility to our youth. And if they choose to consume alcohol, at least they have the option to do so in a regulated and monitored location. We don't want to. We're effectively creating a band of misfits and promoting unlawful behavior. So, and the bottom line is, alcohol is a social lubricant, not a plague. Let's treat alcohol. Let's treat our youth properly, and let's give them the right to drink in monitored and the right place in the right conditions. Thank you, Governor, and please consider